everyone. Welcome back to Protected and Promoted, the Business Table, where we talk to and have conversations with the entrepreneurs, professionals, and community leaders building businesses that make an impact. I'm your host, Juan Castaneda, and today's guest believes many businesses don't have a marketing problem, they have a clarity problem. She's the founder of Moonieful, where she helps entrepreneurs clearly communicate who they are, what they do, and why people should choose them. Please help me welcome to the table, Miki Roberts.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Hi.
Thank you for being on.
Yes, thank you for having me here today.
Well, I'm excited to talk about how people can improve their brand clarity,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll talk a little bit about brand fog here in a little bit
Yes.
too. But I like to start off with a little bit of icebreakers just so we can kind of let everybody get to know you.
Yes.
But are you a coffee or tea person in the morning?
Yes.
Both.
Yes. So, not necessarily in the morning, but like my liquid intake for the day would be coffee in the morning, and whether I finish a 10-ounce cup or not, but my cutoff is at 12. I can't drink anything after that.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the day is this 40-ounce container of water, and I do 2 of those.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so that's like what 80 ounces there alone. And then at the evening, I slow it down with some tea. So I think I take about like 100 ounces a day.
I love it.
But it's San Antonio. It's super hot, so you have to stay
Mm-hmm.
hydrated. So, yes.
I love it. Depending on the mood, right? And then
Yeah.
whatever's in hand. And I'm the same way. If I drink coffee too late, I'm not going to bed at night.
I'm not going to sleep well. And then also too, like, that's not even including juices, like the pressed juice.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's just my standard, and anything else is just extra.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, if someone gave you a completely free Saturday, what would you be doing?
Ooh, a free Saturday. Um, it's going to have a mixture of reading. Um, I love to read.
Mm-hmm.
My current goal right now is 75 books this year.
Yeah.
I'm already at 61. So
Get out.
yeah, so I
Ahead of
love to
schedule.
read. Yeah, and it's actually there's apps and stuff that'll help you track it. But like yeah, reading, gaming, and I just love to learn.
Yeah.
So whether it's another language, something about like nutrition, I'm always doing something, or the house got to get clean. So
Yeah.
it's not really a free Saturday. There's always something to do. There's always something to do.
Well, I know you do have a lot of interests like anime, gaming, fitness, trying new foods.
Yep.
And I gotta admit, I'm with you on everything but fitness. But which hobby surprises people the most?
I guess I pretty much expressed that I like these hobbies, but I would say the fitness. Um, I'm not a diehard fitness like gym rat, but I am pretty consistent in going. But I may not always like show that I am into that. So I guess would be the fitness.
Gotcha.
But people know me for anime and mangas and such.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, probably the fitness, because it's not like you're like, I'm not trying to bulk up so I can move couches with one hand, but you're doing it to stay consistent and healthy, and that's awesome. Yeah.
I think being in my 40s, it kind of changes your way of thinking of your body, especially after having 2 kids. Like, I'm not trying to bulk up, like you said. I'm just trying to be lean, healthy, flexible. That's it.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, growing up in Hawaii shaped who you are. What's one lesson from growing up there that still influences you today?
Yeah. Whenever you go somewhere, you leave it better than how you found it. We in Hawaii, I don't know if it is like that now, but like when I grew up there, I was there for like 24 years. Elementary, middle school, high school, college, and then I came to San Antonio.
Yeah.
So our teachers, our kumus, our teachers would teach us, you know, if you go somewhere, you leave it better than how you found it, whether it's the beach, a table, the cafeteria, whatever, you always leave it better so that way the next person can, you know, enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing that still stands out with me is like you take care of the island takes care of you. So if there's trash on the floor,
Mm.
you pick it up. You pick it
Yeah.
up, and it's like it's it's those things that have ingrained in me to shape who I am today. So like when I see things like, oh, if it take care of the land, you take care of your home, you take care of
Yeah.
your front yard, or sometimes even the neighbor's yard. Because I would have the kids on Earth Day, we would walk around the neighborhood and just pick up trash
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It stays with
Mm.
you, especially if you're in it for like 20 plus years. I would hope it stays with you.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, I think it's like a lead by example too. That
Yeah,
if the rest of us seeing you do it, maybe the rest of us will do it as well too, and
yeah.
build a better place, a better world for all of us that way. You
Mm-hmm.
know. But I love learning about the story behind the business because every business has a story. So take us back. Where did Moonieful begin?
Okay, this is like therapy. No, just kidding. No, but it's before I start my story, and this is for other business owners out there. That's part of branding. When people understand your story, relate to it, empathize with it, then they understand you more, and then they'll fall in love with your brand more. I don't know if people will do that with mine, but this is my story. So,
Yeah.
um, it it actually goes back to high school. But I'm not going to go that far back. Just to know that at 15, 16, or maybe 17, I knew I was going to be a business owner. I just
Yeah.
didn't know what.
Hmm.
But I knew I was going to own something and I was going to lead something. So that's kind of where that dream was sprinkled onto me. I just
Yeah.
didn't know what um, I needed as far as like skill. I mean, I knew I need to get my business degree. That's the only thing I knew. But I didn't know what other skills I needed at that time. But I was very creative at that age. I was into multimedia, so video editing. That was my first degree. And I knew I was going to somehow use technology to manipulate an image or a video or something visual and communicate to the world some form of fashion. I just didn't know what exactly. So that's where it starts.
Mm.
As far as the business itself, um, after joining corporate roles and climbing the ladder and such, we jumped to COVID.
Yeah.
I hate using that as a bookmark, but that's where my life change was COVID, for the good. So after working my way up the ladder, got the promotion, got the pay raise, like oh my god, celebrate! Yes, we did it. We're making it.
Yeah.
And then COVID hits, and then chip, I didn't see any logical reason to stay in a position where I had to put my 2 and 4 year old in a different learning facility because ours closed permanently, unfortunately. Um, but it was 40 minutes one way, and the tuition was more than my mortgage.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it just didn't make sense to me. So I had to take the knee. I became a stay-at-home mom. And here's the thing too: is like we kind of think of it as like a demotion,
Hmm.
but it was actually a promotion because I got to be home with my kids and I got to homeschool them for 3.5 years,
Mm.
and teach them the things that they need to know today, and just you know that we can go on to all that. So,
Yeah.
what was I doing in the 3.5 years? I was being a mom, slicing every bill and trying to hold every fund that I can because we went from a 2 income to one. Bless my husband for sticking with us and or sticking with the company that he was at
Yeah.
to get us through that. And in that space, I had the privilege to work with some really great entrepreneurs. I know sometimes MLMs get a bad rap for whatever it's known for, but I was blessed enough to be with a very strong group of Black women entrepreneurs who are the generation above me, so they're seasoned,
Mm-hmm.
and they were in a phase of life that I was like, I want to be in that.
Yeah.
The 30 years of marriage, the investments, the property of the dream home. Like they were living what I wasn't even thinking about yet. So I had
Yeah.
them to help me. They were the ones that said, you should start a business, because I was doing their marketing materials. I was doing their business cards, flyers. I was into art, right?
Yeah.
And they were the ones that that gave me that idea, that dream. I don't have any family members or friends that are business owners, or at least um, about their business, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
they're really about their business. So this was the group that watered their my dreams.
Yeah.
Started Moonieful, and it was great. I filed my LLC. I was getting clients, and and then all of a sudden my husband got laid off. So you go from two income to one to none. So
Yeah.
you're going mortgage, kids, bills, all the things. No one's working, right? And
Yeah.
I had to again take the knee, because yes, it is a good business, but it wasn't making money fast enough for the monthly expenses. I was still
Right.
up. I was going up, but I wasn't where I needed to be. So I had to take a pause, get a job, survive.
Yeah.
Then my husband got a job, so we're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
We're getting there. Balance. We're gonna make it, right? And then this past February, I got laid off again. So why did I tell you all that? Um, it's a roller coaster. So now the second time around, I'm like, I not even I think, I know this is my time to invest in
Yeah.
my business so I can invest in other business owners. Mooneyful is meant to help business owners shine in the oversaturated market that you're in, because there's a lot of business owners, and not a bad thing. COVID made us realize that you can own your own business, and now everybody owns a business. But how do you stand out from, you know, another, agency that's doing the exact same thing as you are? And that's where I come in. I help with your branding, your messaging, your visuals, everything, so that you stand out compared, or stand out against your competitor.
I
So
love that.
that's the the roller coaster story of Mooneyful.
Yeah. Well, and that it gives people inspiration though too, because in the world of AI and everything
Yeah.
too, where people are there's potential to be laid off. It lets people know that there's hope and there's possibility
Mm,
beyond it. And thank you for sharing that too,
yeah.
because it's a real thing that's happening to people.
Yeah.
But I love that you saw though a need for not just designing brands, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're really helping people to make their brand more understandable and digestible
Mm-hmm.
for everybody else, because I myself had that issue where it was, and I talk about this in episode 2 with Renee Watson, about how I was like, well, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. It's like, okay, but which one's your business?
Mm.
And so it was like, okay, I'm kind of telling you, look here, look here, look here. And there was no real like clarity.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I think it was a good idea to like read a brand. But when I talk to people about what you do too, I love the excitement that people have that are new in business. And it's not
Mm.
just for new in business. It's if you, you need to reevaluate and take a look.
Yeah.
But I love seeing the new entrepreneurs who are just like, oh, I need help with that. Oh, I know I need help with.
Yeah.
We are talking about brand clarity.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what does that mean? And how does that work in with brand fog?
Yes. So Uh, going back to Mooneyful in the beginning stages, it was graphics and designs. It was
Mhm.
originally my business is Mooneyful Designs, so I would design things. I did see, as I took on clients and did projects, that design is good, but if the client or just other customers cannot understand the logo or understand the meaning behind the brand or the purpose or the values,
Mm.
there's a huge disconnect. There's not, um, I'm looking for longevity of like, I'm going to continue purchasing this product or service because I love what the targeted results are because I understand what they're serving. Many times where I would go onto websites or just like other businesses and I have to sit there for like 2, 3, 4 minutes and I don't understand what they're selling.
Mm.
Like, and
Mm-hmm.
then nothing against the medical side, but usually I do see it there. But like when someone says behavioral services, what does that mean? Is that therapy? Is that, specialty in neurodivergent people or children? Like
Yeah.
it's very vague. So when your clients or your customers don't understand in that 10, 15 second moment when they land on your website or Instagram or wherever, they will either be confused, misunderstand what you're selling, or even abandon your website and just go somewhere else and Google something else.
Mm.
So that's a missed opportunity. That's missed money. There's you can list all that. So
Yeah.
okay, going back to the question of clarity, when a client is able to understand what you're selling, product or service in that 7 seconds, 10 seconds, that immediately gets rid of decision fatigue. I know that I can get this here. I want
Mm-hmm.
it now. That's just how the world is. We want it now.
You know.
But if I have to research 3 other sources, Google, LinkedIn, Alignable, whatever, just to confirm that you're legit and that you're selling something, that's a lot of effort. It shouldn't be that
Right.
much effort. So I would say the difference between, or at least what I am focused on, is customer experience and clarity. If I can't understand what you're selling, I'm going somewhere else because that
Yeah.
means either your process is unclear, like your services or your billing or however you're gonna do it is unclear.
Yeah.
Like it's like your first impression, and that's a domino effect.
Yeah.
So
Well, how do I, as the business owner, how do I know that I'm experiencing that brand fog?
yeah, so most business owners will tap into their warm network, right? Friends, family, colleagues. They already know you. They know who you are. They may support you because they're your friend or you were kind to them or they have
Mm-hmm.
some type of history with you. That's your warm network. They have some context of you. Specifically, the cold network, where they don't know who you are, what you do, or that you went to the same high school or whatever, and they need a service from you. So if you feel that you're stuck with only a certain amount of clients and you're not receiving new clients, chances are your cold network or your new clients may not understand what you're selling or the visibility is not there. So I
Yeah.
would say if you feel stuck or plateaued with your clientele and you're not seeing your business scale or go higher, it might be a brand fog
Mm-hmm.
opportunity that you can look at.
Gotcha. So, what is one mistake almost every entrepreneur makes?
I just want business cards.
Mm.
I get that all the time. I just want business cards, which, yes, you can use business cards, but business cards are not the main focus of your branding. They are part of your branding. Think of it as, um, I don't know, a car, right? You got to get to point A to point B. But before you get to point A to point B, you have to have all 4 tires,
Yeah.
right? That's a website, business card. I don't know if you have a book or podcast, right? You have
Yeah.
different forms to help you, different elements to get you to point A to point B, but you cannot just solely only have the one tire. You're
Yeah.
not going to get anywhere.
Right. I get you. All right. Food for thought, guys. Um, now, entrepreneurship changes us.
Mm.
How has it changed you?
Now that I am an entrepreneur, or have been for the last 4.5, 5 years, I'm very selective of my time. Um, with juggling kids, homeschool, drop off. Well, now they're in school, so drop off. All these doctor's appointments, my appointments, all the things, webinars.
Yeah.
I'm very mindful. I try to at least be mindful of my time, and I do block off times for work, times for rest, because that's important too. Where I just have a time block of I don't do anything; it's spontaneous, and just if it's not helping me as a person or as a business owner,
yeah,
I'm easy to like. Sometimes I don't even say anything. I just I don't. I just don't have time.
Goodbye.
Not even a farewell.
Yeah,
I don't have time for that. I really don't. I just have too many things to do in a good way, because it's things that I want to do, and I personally have a mission. I have a legacy. I'm trying to build Moonieful so that either my children will take over, or the overall, which I didn't share with you. Moonieful is one of the things that I have umbrellaed under. So right now it's just it's the branding, but then animation school, business school for children, teenagers. So when they turn 18, they know how to be a business owner.
I love that.
Or even nowadays, and I talked with a mentor the other day, and he made a good point and solidified that nowadays when you job hunt, which I've been doing since October, 85 plus applications, not even an interview, or not even an offer letter, excuse me. It's tough out there. The job market's tough, right? Because what they're looking for is experience, right? You have to have 3 to 4 years of experience for an entry level. Make it make sense. Come on. So you have kids out here going to school, getting the degrees, the loans, the debt, and they can't get the job because they don't have the experience.
Yeah.
So what do? Well, business owners like ourselves should hire interns so they get the experience. So when they graduate, they have the experience.
Yeah.
They can get there. So how do I fit that in my business? Like it's just it's a legacy thing, and I feel like there's other pillars too that I do want to offer, services aside from the branding, because it all comes together.
It does.
It comes together, and helping the next generation with our businesses, right? Protected too. Like you got to teach the younger group that, because if not, they don't know. They only know what they know, and nothing against the younger group. It's just I wish I knew this stuff, right? In high school, insurance, how to write a resume, etc.
That's one of the reasons why I started the podcast too, was because had I known how much it took to start an LLC, to purchase an agency license, I probably would have done it a lot sooner. Would I had a completely thriving business immediately? No, but I would have had that. There's a and I probably overuse this all the time because I love it, but you know how they say Rome wasn't built overnight.
Oh yeah.
But they laid bricks by the hour.
Yeah.
And normally we leave out that part, but it's so important that we're continuously building, and I actually wanted to work into that because you often talk about becoming 10% better every day.
Every day.
Where did that mindset come from?
That came from, believe it or not, high school during my time in sport. So I did basketball and I also did wrestling, and that was by mistake. There's a story to that. But the story, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging. My friend wanted to join a sport. I've always been in basketball. I always did band. I always did something.
Yeah.
She didn't have an extra activity, so she was like, "Hey, I want to do wrestling," and I'm like, "Go for it, girl. Good for you. Woo, woo, woo!" Right? And then she's like, "Come with me to support." And I am the hype woman, so I'm like, "Okay, where are we going?" And she's like, 3 o'clock at the gym. I was like, all right, cool. Like our gym, like it was the basketball court, and then there was like a little room to the side, which was the wrestling room. Go over there. It's 250 2:50 or 2:45, something like that, 15 minutes before. And then you see everybody like warming up in their tights and like
Um,
their gear. And I'm like, and they're like slamming each other. And I'm just like, ooh, ooh. Basketball, we don't do that.
you
Right. Like that's a foul.
you
Right.
know,
So I was just like, oh, okay. And then the coaches know who I am. They called me by my maiden name at the last name. So they're like, Winebush, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, no, no, no. Just here to support a friend. No, no, no. I'm just
uh-huh.
watching. And they were like, oh, no, wrestling's not for basketball players.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay,
Challenge me.
yes, it's a Sagittarius in me. Like when people tell me no, I can't do it, I'm gonna do it with flying colors.
Yeah.
So I warm up, I run practice with them. I'm sore everywhere, my neck, my pinky toe, my elbow, everything, because you use
Um,
all your body.
yeah.
And that that was the sport that taught me to be 10% better than who you were the day before,
Mm.
because I wasn't planning on doing that. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing I knew about wrestling was that it was on TV and WWE and all that. So I wasn't feminine right at the
Yeah.
time, and now it's more acceptable for women to be in the sport. And surprisingly, I became the captain of the
You
team
did.
because just because you're not
Mhm.
100% versed in the subject doesn't mean you can't lead a group of people. So I
Mhm.
was able to empathize with the players. I had great communication. They listened, so they made me
Yeah.
the team captain. So from there, every day I just got on the mat and I just got stronger and stronger. And that was an individual sport, and I also played a team sport. So I was able to work with the group and win and lose with the group and work on the mat and win and lose on the mat. And that's
Yeah.
how I got better and better. And that just stuck with me until now.
I love that.
Yeah.
So really, if my motor goes out or my brakes need changing, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, Mickey's not supposed to be knowing how to fix a motor, and you're gonna be like, hold up, no,
Oh no, I don't. Cars are. That's one of the things I wish I took as an elective was automotive,
yeah,
because that would save me so much grief. But no, I don't do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
My
So,
my dad taught me how to change oil when I was younger, and I was
oh
like, okay, that's cute, but
yeah.
not for
We'll just get
me.
it taken in. Yeah,
You
we're
know.
good. Especially Texas, it's too hot for all
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Yes. So,
You're so funny.
can you can you tell us about the brain fog diagnostic and who
Yes.
should take it?
Yes. So anyone could take the brain fog or brand fog diagnostic.
Brain
So
fog.
it's okay. I say it too. So it's brand fog. So what's blocking the message from your So the difference between your services and your product versus is the distance between the fog is the distance between that and someone who doesn't understand. So we just need
Mm,
to find out what's causing the disconnect. So anyone can take it, primarily those who do not have a website or not seasoned. So like the startup ones or thinking about starting up. Um, Brand fog is a great place to start. I wish, but here we are today, right? I wish I had that when I first started my business. It would save so much grief.
mm,
Brand fog is going to save you the 3 to 4 years that it took me to get where I am today. So it'll ask you a few questions. It's like a survey. And from there, it'll direct you to let you know what type of fog that you are or your clients are experiencing, and here are the ways to resolve it. Now, if you have a website and you are a seasoned business owner, we do have an app called the Snap Gist, where you type in your website and it'll scan your website and view it as a stranger on their internet, and there it'll tell you where that disconnect is. So you can really start either way between those two. And then also we have a book called Brand Fog. So after you take the diagnostics, the next step would be to review the workbook. Again, I wish I had this workbook because
mm.
it's almost like brand therapy. It
I love
really
that.
gets you to think about your values, your like what you want to, how do you want to portray yourself to the world so that people would levitate to you. They come to you, they flock to you versus you chasing leads. I don't know about you, but I don't like chasing leads.
Yeah.
I don't mind reaching out and doing follow-ups. Those are necessary, but I cannot see myself doing that forever. I can see that as a temporary thing.
Yeah.
But even if you do reach out to those leads and they don't understand you, what was it for?
Right.
What was that work for? So when you have a strong brand, I promise you, people will come to you. They're going to love what you offer. They're going to love why you're doing it. They're going to love your values, your work ethics. And they're going to be like, that's who I want to work with because that's who I vibe with.
Yeah.
That's another thing I was going to lead into is that before I take on any projects, I have to make sure we vibe. I do a connection call or like a fit check because if we don't get along, this project is going to be tough and it's going to drag out and it's going to change the experience for you as a business owner. So I don't I don't service everybody,
Yeah.
and that's okay. But for the ones that relate to me as far as like values and ethics, let's go.
Yeah.
Let me get you to point A to point B, or at least closer, 2 steps closer.
It's like a chemistry test, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
but I think it goes into you have to be open to that constructive criticism too as the business owner, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's hard, because it's your bait. It's like somebody telling you, your baby's ugly, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day,
Oh.
it's the hard truth of your business is that
Mm-hmm.
you do need to know that what what do you do, like what do you do though, like what is your business. And so I think that it's wonderful what you're doing because a lot of people really need that
Mm.
because they're losing it, kind of like you're saying, on both ends, the front end and the back end.
Yeah.
Sure, you maybe you did attract them, but now you're losing them on the back end because they're like, you know what, I can't figure this out, it's too much.
It could be overwhelming. It's
Yeah.
already overwhelming as a business owner, and then you insert them into your broken process.
Yeah.
That's a lot of, like, I don't even think we talk about enough about this as being a business owner with those type of um, experiences. I've
Yeah.
talked to, gosh, it breaks my heart. I talked to at least 10 businesses that unfortunately gone through branding agencies and 4, 5, 6 times, and they still,
Mm.
you're dropping a comma 4 digits every time they do these sessions with these
Yeah.
other branding agencies. And not all branding agencies are bad. I'm not trying to say that like I'm better than anybody. What I'm trying to convey is that it breaks my heart that business owners have to go through 2 or 3 agencies before they get the right one. And it
Right.
costs time and money and energy when
Yeah.
your brand is not supposed to rebrand that often. It should only be at least between 5 to 10 years
I get
because
that.
technology changes. Like if you haven't rebranded since before COVID, you're probably outdated because the
Yeah.
world has changed since then.
Yeah.
And different values. You see a lot of logos change now, like the legacy logos, food industry and such. They're changing because the world is changing
Yeah.
and the values are changing and what people want are changing. So
Yeah.
that's a good starting point. If you haven't rebranded in the last 5, 6 years, probably now is a good time,
Yeah.
at least to get checked.
Well, and I love that you talk about legacy. And speaking of 5 years, what 5 years from now, what do you hope people say of Moonieful?
I'm so glad that we partnered up.
Mm.
And then I would see my business with that the other services I was talking about. So that
Yeah.
way, when I help a client, um, it's a lifetime partnership. It's not just a one-time project. Like
Yeah.
if you plan on keeping your business for the long run, then we should connect for the long run because
Yeah.
your business is going to evolve, especially if you're scaling and you're growing, right? You're going to
Yeah.
evolve, and that's good.
Yeah.
It's good. And what more better to be there holding your hand and going
Mm.
together.
Yeah. I would love to see that too. Just all the businesses that have success stories
Oh
and reap the
yeah.
rewards from your efforts and your assistance. Um, so I like to go to this next segment. It is something I've started, and it's called Four at the Table,
Oh.
and it represents the four legs of the table. Now, for our first leg is a business myth. What's one business myth you'd like to bust?
Um, that everyone could be a business owner. I know that sounds kind of rude, but not everybody can be a business owner. And hear me out, or if you were like, "What are you talking about, girl?" No, no, there's a lot to it. Who I am now versus that 15-year-old, 16-year-old, I was not ready to be a business owner.
Yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
have the communication skills. I didn't have the critical thinking skills to be a business owner, like, or even
Yeah.
just the endurance.
Mm.
Because being a business owner, it's an endurance test, right?
Yeah.
It tests your gangster every day.
Uh-huh.
There's seasons where you're like, oh my God, it's booming. It's great. I'm winning. We're all winning. And then that season of silence, that's the part where I struggle with. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you have to have an understanding that it is a roller coaster. It's not a straight line.
Yeah.
So if you are the type of person that wants to, I guess, score the bucket every time,
Yeah.
there will be times where you will. And there's times where a friend is doing it. Or you just have, like I said, that season of science. So you just have to understand that um, it's like a yo-yo. It comes when it comes, but when it's going, it's
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Mm.
So if you want to try and be a business owner, I think you should do the research. Really understand, interview, like you need to interview yourself for the role. And
Mm.
sometimes it's not a good fit and sometimes it is a fit. Sometimes it's a seasonal fit, sometimes it's a legacy fit. So
Yeah.
that's why I say like it may not be for everybody, but at least try it.
Yeah.
Do your due diligence and research.
Right. And if you're scared to take the leap, sometimes I'm like, keep the 9 to 5 and
You got to have your
dip a
backup.
toe, dip a toe,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you got to have a backup plan. Of course, do it strategically, right? But like,
yeah.
don't just quit your job and be like, I'm gonna be a business owner. Girl, what? What?
Right. Well, Lake Two would
Mm-hmm.
be our business spotlight.
Okay.
What's one local business you'd like to shine a spotlight on today, and why them?
Yeah, there's a lot. They're like,
Yeah.
well, who I would spotlight would be my home girl, Christina House.
Hmm.
She is the owner of House of Treats, and she makes wonderful, cute little pastries. So cookies, cakes, cupcakes, all the things, themed, like whatever theme you're looking for, she can
Yeah.
make it. She is my cookie. Like everybody needs a cookie girl.
You know.
She's my cookie girl, right? She's my cookie girl since COVID,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know her full story. I just know that when COVID happened, like we used to work at the same company
Yeah.
before, or she's still there, but we used to work together on the same floor. And she wanted to start her cookie business. And at that time, when I was still developing Moonieful, we were doing business owner spotlights
Yeah.
where we would order food or treats from other business owners and we would record and put it on our YouTube channel and do it that
Mm.
way.
Yeah.
So she was one of the ones that I found during that research, and she's just been my cookie girl ever since. Birthdays,
Hmm.
holidays, teacher appreciation week,
Yeah.
nurse week, she does it.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna need that information of
Yeah,
you know.
grand openings.
Oh yeah. Oh
Just
yeah. I love me some
yeah,
treats too, though. Just
yes.
grand opening of my mouth. Um, so our Lake Three.
Dad.
So Lake Three would be the weekly challenge.
Okay.
Leave our audience with one challenge this week. So it's what's one thing they could do over the next 7 days to become a better entrepreneur or leader?
This is a double challenge because I I strongly firmly believe had I had this guide, I would have, I feel like I would have accelerated a lot faster. I challenge you to either take the brand fog diagnostics. We're about to change it, or we're going to change it to reflection.
Mm-hmm.
But right now it should say diagnostic. But just take the quiz. We'll just say quiz, and also do the Strategist app. I challenge you on that. It's free. The first scan is free. The diagnostic is free, and that'll give you a starting point. And then my second challenge would be to get the guide, the brand fog guide, because it makes you have to think not only about your business, but also about what the client sees. So it's giving perspective. I think that's what I wish I had more, was perspective.
Yeah.
When I first started, what does the customer want? What is the customer going to feel when they interact with my brand, with my services, with my products? And what happens is when we attach a feeling to something, it becomes a memory.
Yeah.
Right? That's the positive experience, positive or negative experience. Hopefully for the positive. But that would be my challenge, is to start there and see where it takes your business. You'll be surprised.
Yeah. Well, you got the challenge, guys. Get to it. And so our fourth leg of the table would be advice to your younger self.
Oh.
If you could sit across from the table from yourself 10 years ago, what's one piece of advice you'd give?
Don't second guess your gangster. I knew I was going to be a business owner at 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
But I let other voices get to me, like other people who didn't see the vision, right? I let that get to me, and then I pivoted. But it all worked out, obviously, because I did learn a lot of things in between. But I knew I was going to own something, and I was going to lead, and I was going to lead differently, with fun, with excitement, with just not the traditional corporate way, right? Like
Yeah.
I knew I was going to make an impact with my voice and helping other business owners stand out by using my voice for them. And that's the branding and marketing. But never second guess your gangster. If you got that intuition and you know it's there, go for it.
There we go. I love it. So, trust in yourself, and I had to learn that myself. I had what they call imposter syndrome, where
Oh gosh.
I had to
Yeah.
tell myself one day, I was like, no, you've been in insurance for many years. You know what you're talking about when
Yeah.
it comes to
Yeah.
insurance, and I had to walk in that and be like, you know what, I am that one. You
Right.
know what I mean?
And your posture changes, right? Your business, you
Yeah.
start like walking with like your chin up a little bit, your chest is like,
Yeah.
like your shoulders are relaxed. Like you when you're confident in your work and your brand, and your clients are able to understand you, those conversations are a lot easier. You don't have to convince or repeat what
Yeah.
you do. They get it the first time, and then they decide, oh yeah, I do need your services.
Yeah.
And then you conserve all the energy for the creative stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so that leads on to definitely there's one person missing at the business table, and that seat is for you, the person watching, who's maybe afraid to take that first leap. You're worried about money, or you're worried you don't have the experience, or you're worried that you don't have the confidence.
Yeah.
What would you tell that person?
I would say you would have to start with yourself. Before it even becomes your business, you have to build your confidence within yourself. You can tell when somebody loves themselves and how they treat others and how they treat themselves. You got to start there first. Once you have that in place, everything else should come through. And that's just how business entities are. Like, you have to, like, how I imagine it is, when people come to me about their brand, I have to understand who that individual, that person is first. And I have a block of clay, and I have to mold their brand
Mm-hmm.
to somewhat look like what they look like, but then also this other entity. So the foundation is with yourself. You have to love yourself before you even build something else.
Yeah.
Because if not, it's going to be tough. It's going to show. People are going to see it.
Yeah, I believe that. And well, I do want to thank you, Mickey. Thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your story, your honesty and the heart behind Moonieful.
Yeah.
One of my biggest takeaways is that definitely we need to walk in confidence
Yes.
and take that first step. And it's not just about having a great product or service,
Mm-hmm.
it's about having that brand clarity and making sure people understand what you bring and the value that you bring.
Yeah.
So, if you'd like to connect with Mickey, learn more about Mooneyful, or take the brand Fog Diagnostic, you'll find the links in the description below, but it really is mooneyful.com.
Yep.
And thank you for joining us here at Protected and Promoted the Business Table. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this episode with another entrepreneur or
Yeah.
someone chasing a dream. Until next time, keep promoting what you've built. I'm sorry, keep protecting what you've built, promoting what makes you unique. And remember, every great conversation starts at the table. Thank you. A big thank you to Miki Roberts for joining me today and sharing her incredible journey along with practical insights on building a brand that truly connects with the people you're meant to serve. If today's conversation made you think differently about your business, I encourage you to check out Miki's resources. In the video description, you'll find links to take her Your Brand Reflected quiz, explore the Brand Fog workbook, learn more about the Moonieful brand review, and discover Strategist, all designed to help you gain clarity and communicate your value with confidence. You'll also find links to connect with Miki and Moonieful on social media and learn more about the amazing work she's doing for entrepreneurs and service-based businesses. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with another business owner who could benefit from this conversation. It really helps us continue bringing inspiring guests to the business table. Thank you for joining us at Protected and Promoted the Business Table. Until next time, keep protecting what you've built, promoting what makes you unique, and remember, every great conversation starts at the table.